Peace, peace, peace. So first and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall blessing your day. Just want to come back actually with a quick video, man. By His mercies you aren't consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house, that's body, and we're naturally alive, man. Yeah, man. Let's go out there showing that love and kindness to one another, man. And you know what it is too. I'm glad because this is so fitting what I'm about to talk about. Because actually, shout out to brother from Assembly of Firstborn last night. He did on in the class, like on video, he mentioned in the class, he mentioned like how, like, listen, even somebody had to work on like complaining a lot, and people that complain. He said, like, he doesn't like people that complain, but also too, like, especially when men do it, us brothers do it, and men. Cause like, okay, and that was what crazy thing is, cause a few months ago I was at like a few months ago, November. I know I have a little movie channel on the side, so and I was watching, like, of a certain Edomite, I forgot the channel's name, but he's going to why modern movies suck, or like he's pretty much breaking down modern movies, and like, and one video he's talking about, like, he talked about men and women pretty much per se, and how they portray pretty much, and in this video he's pretty much talking about how modern men are, like, portrayed in movies rather than men in film of old. Like, now he says, because in the video he says, listen, how they have a lot of times, and too, this is art. It's one of the things that art imitating life, like, because nowadays you got modern men, like, they're just like, without self-control, have no rule over their spirit, like whiny, and like, can just like, combust at it any moment, man. As men, we're certain decorum, and like, things we should carry ourselves with certain level of self-control, like rule over our spirit, we should have, man. Don't get it twisted. We all in the flesh, man. Especially those, of course, in the word and out the word. Don't get twisted. You have your moments, just like we always talk about. Like, everybody has their breaking point, but yeah, man. But just certain certain things, like, as men, that's why I like, always walk in the spirit, like Galatians says, Romans says, walk in the spirit, stay in spirit, or having, well, look at things spiritually rather than carnally. Like, put away, like, like Ezra says, that weak nature, mortal thoughts, and put on like spiritual thoughts, man. So, roughly paraphrasing. So yeah, man. But the brother was going into that last night, man, and he said, especially because and also too, the brother. I mean, not the brother, but the guy in the video, the Edomite in the video, the man in the video is going into it, man, because actually men that kind of move differently, actually like move actual men, like gird up their loins to deal with the situations. They view it as annoying, like, okay, if there's constantly talking about, because that's what thing is too. That's what something I had to work on too. This, like, complaining a lot when I had to catch myself, and also too, like, I do have to work on this, like reaching out to people, like, especially brothers, like, in the word, or just people in the word more per se, or even just people in general. Because listen, don't get twisted, man. Just because people outside the word, like, you people, especially elderly people, like, even OGs, sometimes they can't give you game on life, like your older relatives and things of that nature, or people that you grew up with. I mean, or like, elders or OGs around the way that you grew up with can't give you game on this life, but how much more in the Lord. But going to them, I'm going through something. But I think the brother Assembly of Firstborn, he said the best one time, man. He said, like, and this is why I had that standpoint too, man. Because like, when I talk about this stuff, man, listen, that's flesh. I don't want to stay there, like, because like X said one time, DMX said one time, listen, like, always try to find, like, that's why nobody teaches the way the Most High House teaches. Listen, whatever you're going through, trials and tribulations, yeah, like, you listen, you have whatever right to feel with how you feel in that way. But like he said, man, I'm always trying to find the good in it. What can I get out of this, man? And that's just is what it is, man. That's the kind of main thing I'm talking about, is get out with this. Because I was actually watching a movie like a few weeks ago, actually like a month or so ago. But yeah, man. But back to the whole point, the brother was talking about how, like, like complainers, man, how he doesn't like complainers, man. And also too, especially not even complaining, because there's a difference between complaining and, like, this venting, and having somebody, like, venting with, like, to gain counsel, bearing your burdens to your brother and sister, things of that nature. Like, it's the difference between that and just complaining, man. Like, but that, actually, let's get Wisdom of Solomon real quick, man. And actually what we was doing in the wilderness, man. Because yeah, man, because if you complain a lot of times, then nobody, because I try not to, I really got to work on it. Even me complaining about this little things, man. Because I was looking up the definition of complain yesterday, man. It's like have fault with, every, like, nitpicky, every little thing. Like, it is what it is, man. Then we're going to hit this Lamentations. But Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 10. And we're gonna hit 10 and 11. It says, "For the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and for the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmuring is not his." So why is it saying the ear of jealousy? What? Because Exodus 20. No, I'm a jealous God. So it's talking about the Most High Yahushua, man. It's talking about that and about all that complaining. Nor noise of murmuring is not here. And you can read that. You can read that back in when we come out of the wilderness, just complaining, things of that nature. In the wilderness and coming out of Egypt. Therefore, beware murmuring, it is which is unprofitable. Refrain your tongue from backbiting. And there's no word in secret that shall not go for naught. And the mouth believeth slayeth the soul. So yeah, man, let's read this one more time. Therefore, the mouth, so therefore beware murmuring, and which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting, for there is no word secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that believeth slayeth the soul. So yeah, man, that's just going to that murmuring is not, and also to that backbiting, and backbiting, that's I can go into that. That's another that's another topic for another day and different things in nature. But this is all going to how it's not unprofitable, man. Pretty much, man, because this is not profitable, and also to that, it's going into what Yahushua said. Every idle word, pretty much, that's what that's going into as well. But yeah, man, it's like it's when you complain, it's like, okay, what are you going to do about it though, man? Because what are you going to do about it? Okay, you could sit here, complain, and go through vent and things of nature, but when somebody's constantly doing, it's like, all right, cool, what you going to do about it, man? That's why a lot of times even brothers in the word, that do counsel and stuff like that, and shoot, that you don't think Moses and stuff like that was stressed out, and a lot of these righteous men were stressed out. A lot of people, even brothers now, that do counsel things of nature, it kind of gets you still, but in that office, the Most High House has somebody in that office, okay, you have to you're gonna have to put up with certain things, but but at the end of the day, it's a flesh and blood man. They can only deal with so much. I'm talking about what they say as far as what they call nowadays energy vampires. There's people that just want to suck all the life out you. Just about the time that you're trying to help them, you're drained, man. So that's just neither here nor there, man. But pretty much it's all going to complaining and things in nature, but not doing anything about it. I'm saying that to say, man, this is just in the word. I'm going to get to it in spiritually and spiritually. For man, them just going to get, because my situation now, and how I'm just showing how am I trying with the help with the Most High House. I actually trust in them at all times. That's how I get through it, and how you trying to navigate and get out of it, man. Because listen, you can just talk but especially as men, it's going back to the point, we're gonna have to do something about this. Okay, cool. You can't just talk to complain. You're gonna have to do something about this, man. So yeah, and I'm saying it's more in spiritual sphere as well, because let's get this too, man. Because let's get this too. Let's grab this. This happens a lot. Of course, the brothers in the word, and even other fractions, but because I don't want to single anything out, man. But yeah, man, let's go John real quick, man. Get Out, man. Just like the movie Get Out, man. Because whatever, even though a job, even a career or something, that's something that's not profitable, that's something that you don't want to do, then hey, try to find your extra strategy out, man. Because trust me, it's not easy. Trust me, you're gonna them. And also too, is if it's that might be the Most High House as well. That's part of the trials and tribulations, man. What tribulation comes to kingdom, man. So you're going through what we're going through, man. And also too, the brother Tazaiwan said out of True Nation one time, man. Even if you're going through these trials and tribulations at the work, because that's a lot of times it happens at of course this is life in general, but that's a lot of times it happens at this in people in general, but brothers and sisters in the word, but people in general, things at the workplace and things, and got other secular things like family, past experiences, childhood, victims of certain things, and poverty. It's a bunch of things. Lack of love, abandonment, betrayal, all that stuff. It's a bunch of things that goes into that. But a lot of times too, I'm just saying in that this aspect is is as things at the workplace too, at the job, or career, or workplace, or a job, whatever. There's certain things that you do, all right, try to get your ducks in a row, try to leave, but I'm saying this in a spiritual aspect too, more importantly, my bad, y'all, kind of I'm gonna keep going on, but I want to set this up, man, because all this is going into how getting out is important, man. Because yeah, man. Because, you know, it is, too. Because a lot of times, too, and this is what happened, too. Because, like, and this goes to show you a lot of times there's nothing new under the sun, man. Let's get this John chapter, because I was looking at, so for Samuel real quick, 22, and then, like, you know, this, I was just going through certain things with that, and then I kind of let it in here, you know. Yeah, that's how, I'll get into it a little bit. I was looking at 1 Samuel 22 and how Saul got into a point. That's why envy clouds judgment, and nothing can stand for envy. Because when you're envious, you'll do and think about anything. Because it got to a point where, like, you know, because you know, Saul thought, like, you know, all his men were conspiring against him because he found out that, you know, his son Jonathan was loyal to David. Oh my gosh, I still got to touch on that, but that's neither here nor there. But about Jonathan and David, but I'll probably touch on that, Lord willing, next video. But yeah. So how he thought, like, pretty much how the you know how everybody, even his own kin of Benjamin, his own men, like, he thought they were you know, conspiring against him, man. Like they were out to get him, that they were trying to line him up. But, you know, that's what envy does. That spirit of envy, who can stand before it? It can do anything. It can cloud your judgment, man. It can think that people that's actually down for you, the few people, especially like somebody like Saul, the few people that you do have that's loyal to you, it's going to like even push them away. But I came here to John 12 and 42 because of that, because I speak as a man. Because probably there's a lot of times, there's a lot of probably men that was with Saul. I speak as a man. During that time, they probably thought, like, listen, okay, no, actually, I should be actually just going with David right here. I should be actually going with, you know, listen, David is subconsciously they're thinking, listen, David is a more righteous man, like, you know, than Saul, honestly. But they were probably in fear of Saul, what would happen if they were to leave. Like, you know, just setting up how the Pharisees and, like, you know, how the people were about to get in 12. I mean, for John chapter 12, how the people were that knew Yahushua, the son of David, was true, like, was like actually speaking the truth, but they were just afraid to leave, man. So that's is what it is too, man. So and also too, there's another time there's a son, and it's a balance to that too, because like Sirach says, every flesh cleaves to his client. So there's probably a lot of men that were just like Saul. That's why they're so loyal to him. Or like, and I get it, Saul was a king, so that's what we us as a people, we never lived under a king under that type of rulership. We never had that lived on a king moniker like that, if that's a word. I think moniker is a word. We never lived under that, so it's different than that. But also too, a lot of men were probably like him, so like that too. So that's a balance of that too. But let's go back to the point that a lot of people were afraid to leave, and this happens all the time. That goes to show you how nothing's new under the sun. It says John chapter 12 verse 42. It says, nevertheless, the chief rulers also many believed him, but because of the Pharisees they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue. And this happens to this day. Man. I heard a lot of stories and things of that nature. A lot of different, like, people in different camps and congregations and churches, like, you know, that, you know, they're not just brothers and sisters in the word and faith, like, you know, they're scared to leave, you know, even though what they see is going on is wrong. Like, this happens even if you're outside the word too, but how much more in the Lord and the word. But people know situations what's going on is bad for them, but they stay because out of fear, man. But you know, sometimes you, like, you know, you just gotta get out. You gotta leave. You gotta bounce. You know, it's easier said than done, but it's like, no, God value your soul more than that. It says, nevertheless, among the chief rulers, also so many people believed on him because they know subconsciously what he's saying was right. But because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him. At least they should be put out of the synagogue. And this happens to this day, man. Like, you know, so, but you know what it is too? Like, just like let's go Revelation 2:9, man, because this not only is it talking about, of course, the Amalek, the fake Jews over there. It's talking about, like, people in the Word as well. Like, you know, it's talking about Israelites. It's talking about people in the Word. Like, you know, because then we read a few weeks ago how Satan, the brother unawares, and how Satan is disguised himself as an angel of light, man. So yeah, man, they were threatened to be kicked out out of the synagogue, even though they knew what like Yahushua was right. But it says, I know that works in that tribulation. Yeah, and Revelation 2:9. I know that works in thy tribulation, but and poverty, but thou art rich. I know the blasphemy which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So yeah, exactly. So it's talking about Israelites right here. It's talking about like right here. Let's go John 1:47 real quick, man. So like and also too, not just the brothers and sisters in the word, different camps and congregations, but also too, like and even brothers and sisters in Christianity, Jehovah's Witnesses, because I talked to the brothers and sisters in that, like because I remember talking to, I got reached back out to him, older brother too, like how once he left the church, like his pastor really didn't care for him. He actually got the vibe that he was just. It was just the fact that he turned his life around, and the fact that his pastor just kind of was like standoffish towards him. But when I was at my lowest, that's when you were like like pretty much they don't like like Cyrek says, listen, if he had any use of you, if the certain man in authority has no use of you, he's just gonna wipe his hands and move away, man. So that's what it is. That's what he's pretty much telling me, man. And that's what it is. But luckily the brother got out of that. I pray the brother comes in the word, in the knowledge. But that's up to Most High Yahushua. But also too, man, that happens with them too, because there's a lot of people that know that did even if they don't know, they don't have the understanding, that they're that they're being taught lies, or they might get that feeling that they're being taught lies. They have that feeling that they're being taught lies, or just seeing the conduct of the said church or organization or even camp congregation, man. But but they just don't leave, man. But honestly, man, get out, man, because they're afraid to get kicked out the synagogue, man. But the synagogue is the synagogue of Satan, man. Because let's go to John 1:47, man. Because he said those are Jews and are not. So that's why Yahushua said this, man. Yahushua said, John 1:47, Yahushua saw Nathanael coming unto him and saith unto him, behold, an Israelite indeed, whom is no God. Exactly, man. So that's the real Israelite, man. That's what, because Yahushua, that's what Psalm says, blessed is the man with no God. And that's why Revelation says those that follow him will be no God, no deceit, man. And that's why it says in 1 Peter that he was a man, no God, no deceit, no maliciousness, it was no ulterior motive, no agenda, man, no deceit in him, no guile and deceit, man. He was upfront, man. He was real, pretty much, man. So that's his is. That's why it says that. The which they say are Jews but are not, but the synagogue of Satan. That goes back to John 8:44. Ye are the father of the devil, man. So that's just is what it is. Now, of course, the words of double-edged sword talking about those that of course, Amalek, the fake Jews now, but it's more talking about actually synagogues, man, because who was in there? The real Jews was in synagogues, man. But point is being that, man, listen, because even like Paul says, things are written for time for our learning, because who else better, for example, than Paul? Because Paul did that. Then of course, once he started preaching the gospel, the Most High and the Yahushua, the testimony, then that's when the persecution came, like the new covenant. That's when the persecution started coming, man. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. So, but yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. But if you in a certain situation, of course, just in life, whatever situation it is, living situation or job situation, it's easier said than done, but this, trust me. I'm pretty sure y'all brothers and sisters know. I know it's way more easier said than done. Try to get your ducks in a row. One, pray to the Most High Yahushua, trusting them at all times. God you do it, even though they might be putting through that trial and tribulation. Have faith in them for the most time. I mean, for that. For however time that they have you go through it, because it's a constant test, man. It's much trouble. So if it's not it's going to be something else, man. You might go through your trials and tribulation, then you might get up, then might trials, tribulation, because that's that Acts 14:22. Much tribulation come to the kingdom, man. Also the kingdom within, not just physical kingdom, but a high level version of yourself, man. Because Yahushua said, the kingdom is within you. But yeah, man. But that's what it is. You gotta get out there, especially I was saying this in the spiritual field, whatever you in, man. Because even if you're not in the word, even if you're not a word, man, whatever place of worship you're at, and it's what's going on is bad, you just gotta bounce, man. Because usually I don't even speak on this. I kind of like that's only says study to be quiet, do your own business, So, but I'm saying to say because it's even this can be in just in life, you just gotta get out. You just gotta get out of it, man. Because notice out here, man, like because these the people there, like that believed in your house, I know what he's saying it was true. Like they were just afraid that uh that or the Pharisees, man, and, unfortunately. But it's easier for me to talk during that time. I mean, me talk now, because let me not say it too. I just prayed to Most High House had I lived during that time that wasn't me, man. Because honestly, man, because at the time, man, the power that the Pharisees had, man, they was just with the Edomites and Rome, things in nature. They was like neck and neck with that, not neck and neck. They just had a high. They were pretty much the Pharisees were sad. Moses, they pretty much were the law, man, and how they was moving. Pretty much, it was moving like the House of Saul. Like they were just moving like so like the power that they had, man. They could, even when we were even talking about Susanna, like those are wicked the elders, they could put her to death, man. So that's so much the Pharisees, when they said Moses, pretty much they are the law, man. That's what it is. So like I could just pray the Most High House that wasn't me, but that's where that Psalms 118 and 8 comes in, and like Peter said, we rather obey the Most High House than men. So like but. Yeah, man, it's easier said than done, but man, get out, man. You gotta get out, man. Because listen, even this, like even gradually, just get out, like just or some people just whatever a place of worship thing or a situation you're in, man. And again, man, and again, everybody's not like Most High and House gives different people measures of faith, man. So like some people's faith isn't as strong, but that's why, like if you are in contact with somebody that's stronger in the faith, or like that's going through or just go through a word, man, like just stronger in faith that can help you just like, all right, cool, just bounce from that situation. Yeah, try to do that. Of course, pray the Most High Yahshua, man, but gradually listen, because the scriptures say mind the time around certain people, man. Like let's get this Sirach 27 real quick, man, because it said they would be afraid to be put out the synagogue, man. But that you don't be in the synagogue of Satan, man, because the synagogue of Satan is not talking about like what they put on like in the movies, things of that nature. It's not talking about just some eyes wide shut stuff. I mean, that's part of it, but and also too, that's just the hearts of evil wicked men. But that's part of it too, or it's not talking about that just the fake Jews over there. I mean, Amalek's not talking about them. It's true. It could be different, a different congregation, or a church, or even other place, or a hall, Kingdom Hall, or things of that nature. Yeah, it could be whatever, man. Like because even people that say like the whole spiritual Israel, because too. So yeah, that could, like, even though it's like whatever it's talking about that, but those, if y'all saying this is spiritual Israel, if y'all adhere to that, then like that verse applies to you too, because you're saying pretty much like even if you're saying it's a spiritual Israel, pretty much you're confessing like, okay, we're you're Israelite indeed, you're actual Jews indeed, but you're not in how pretty much the organization is conducting themselves, because a lot of times two people say that, but I'm saying even people that had that stance, and that applies to you as well, man. So but also too, self-reflection comes in, self-exam before judgment, examine ourselves, because also too, man, don't get it twisted, because at Amos 3:3, let's bounce that, says, can two walk unless they be in agreement? Okay, like listen, this stuff is going on, but why are you still saying that? Are you subconsciously agreeing with it or not? So or is your conduct lining up with that, or are you cool with that or not, or you just don't want to appear as you're good with that, man? So yeah, man, this is what it is, man. But get out, man. Let's get Sirach 27 real quick, man. Sirach 27, it says, Ecclesiastes also known Sirach 27 verse 12. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually with men of understanding. So yeah, man, it's going to people, because John 16 even goes into how some people in the word might move, how they honestly move, man. Because like brother Kwame Cole and Shalimah, even Akawar and even brother Elijah, like even brother Sam first one said, man, where else is Satan better to hide at than to be amongst them, man? Like because of course this is talking about, if you read in context, well, it could be like but in context, it's talking about people like outside the word, like it's kind of talking people that's always talking about like this nonsense, man, because it talks to fools is irksome, man, because a lot of stuff people just talk about, man, it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with it. I was just talking about that with a brother the other day. It's like, man, especially Philly conversations, man. Philly conversations, like, yo, what are y'all even talking about, man? This is like just dumb stuff, man. But yeah, man, that's just anything. That's just pretty much like talk of like just nonsense. Like most of the time, nigga nonsense, and not any nigga just in like Jake or so called or with our people, man. Just ignorant, just dumb stuff, man. But you know. That can be with anything, man, and it's not too. Let me say it's too. Not the fact that listen, we don't all, of course. If you know me, like if y'all brothers sisters and like never talk to me, reach out to me, man. Shoot, brothers, few brothers I talk to, man, and sisters I talk to me. Always had to talk about the word all the time. I love it too, but we can talk about other things. That's not that's talking about. It's talking about just talk of foolishness, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, man. But let's go back. Let's read it again. If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but observe the time and be continue with men understanding, man. So yeah, man, I gotta observe the time around certain places, man. If this congregation or place that you're with, man, is not like it's not with people of understanding and not only just knowing the word, but how they conduct. Because Sirach 19 goes into listen, better little than and I mean, and be righteous, be faithful in the Most High house, and obedient rather than damn breakdowns and be wicked as hell, man. So that's just is what it is too, man. Now of course you want somebody, of course, that knows the word, man, because because that's your soul at the end of the day, of course, yeah. No doubt, but I'm just saying as far as conduct too, because most High house I give each person different messages, but yeah, man. So I was gonna get into that, man. Get out, man, because I was just thinking about because the current situation I'm going through now, even at the even like me personally in my life, with my employment right now, man. But I was just reading this, thinking about how much more in the Lord, how much more that people in the Word need to hear this, man. So, yeah, man. Shoot, even the brothers and sisters in the Christian church or in the Kingdom Hall or in the even you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let me bring this up too, because there was a certain sister I was talking to, a certain woman I was talking to, like yeah, and she was Muslim. She used to be Muslim, but here's where that difference comes in though. Like, but I'm going to get into that a little later. But she was Muslim, and she was really like when she was like sister I talked to like a few months ago. Woman I was talking to like she used to be Muslim, and she said like, listen, one of the reasons that she left, because like you didn't know her too, and also too like it's the fact that you probably didn't want to do it the whole time, but don't get twisted as well, man, because sometimes other people's conduct can affect of somebody's like it shouldn't, but it can affect somebody's walk. It can. It's like, okay, wow, how they move. Okay, wait, y'all saying y'all believe this, but y'all acting this way. Oh yeah, no. But back to the story. Pretty much, man. When she was Muslim, she went she was taking it seriously. She went to all the classes, doing all the stuff. But the people around her, they would be smoking and drinking. But she was like, wait, listen, we're not supposed to be doing that, and this and this and this, because the Quran and stuff like that says. And then eventually, like she walked away from it, but that, because that's a balance thing too with that, but also too, what was I gonna say? But also too, yeah, then she said, because she took it seriously, but I did kind of respect this in aspect. She said, yeah, listen, once I just didn't want to dishonor this the whole belief system, because once I once I realized, listen, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want my life to go in this direction. Like I kind of want to do what I want to do. Then I'm just rather leave rather than just be faking, pretty much, man. So I kind of respected that. But here's what I'm about to say. Here's the thing. Here's the really difference, man, because this but like, let's get Romans 8 rather than me quoting it, man, because nothing should separate you, man. Listen, because the conduct of other people, like most of your house shots still ain't trying to hear the conduct of other people, shouldn't affect it, man. But still, even still, you gotta have level of mercy with that, because not everybody has some extreme measure of faith, man. Because a lot of people that even come in this word, man, come from damage and messed up, and actual real traumatic background. So it's just like, listen, this all they got. I remember, shout out to brother C Nice, brother Kanak. He said that in his video series on Hidden Enemies, man. And you're right, man. A lot of people, this is all they have. So, and also too, even the word goes into this, man. Like the truth being evil spoken of, on how people's conduct is, because that's why I had to self-examine how I'm this at all times, how I'm behaving, how I'm moving, man. Because like I was talking to a brother the other day, man, when people just talk to you, man, they're supposed to be experiencing the most out of your house shot, man. That's Just like Yahushua said to Philip, man, like, what you mean when you see me, you seen the Father, not only physically, but how you seen Exodus 34:6, Numbers 14 and 18, Jeremiah 9:24, the long suffering, gracious, abundant, in truth, all that stuff, merciful, all the faithfulness, all that stuff. You seen that, you seen the Father, you seen that, in me, being with me, experiencing me, being around me. Also, too, how much more with us, man? Like, because Isaiah 9:6, Yahushua is that spiritual Father. He's that. So, they're supposed to be experiencing the Most High Yahushua when interacting, like, with us, man. So, and the truth can't be evil spoken of on conduct, man. That's why, like, yep, that even ties into, like, I was actually talking about this with my actual brother yesterday, man. Like, especially working in schools and even early after school, man. Like, oh my gosh, that's why I even see why the Most High and Yahushua kins us to children, man. Because listen, that's why Yahushua, how he moved, man. Because listen, the children are watching, man. Like he's like, yo, man, my children are watching me, man. They're watching me, how I move, how I conduct myself, man. They're watching, man. Because a lot of times in these schools nowadays, how even if y'all that work in the education field, man, a lot of times some of these adults, like, the act that work there, man, they just, it's like, come on, man, you can't be talking. This is not the time and the place to be talking about this because it's children here, man. And plus and nowadays they have access to a lot of things, man. So when y'all be talking about, who y'all want to have sex with, or your baby mama stuff, baby daddy stuff, or all this other nigga nonsense, man. Listen, they can hear that, man. Like, they're gonna emulate that. They're gonna eventually start acting like that, man. So you gotta watch that, man, because conduct, yeah, too, like how we conduct ourselves. That's why David said. That's what it said in Samuel, like David behaved himself wisely, man. So we gotta behave ourselves wisely out here, man. Well, what was I going to get? Yeah, Romans 8:35, man. My bad for this to be so withdrawn, man. But I really want to go into this, man. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I be having a lot of stuff that I really want to go into with y'all, but I don't really, just for the sake of time. It says Romans chapter 8, verse 35, because this goes into how nothing is supposed to, man. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Christ or Mashiach? Shall tribulation, distress, persecution, or famine, nakedness, or peril, or sword? Exactly. So nothing, man. So that's why, like, that's what one of my mom, when she was telling me about this, I was like, and that's really a difference, man, because, like, but at the end of the day, too, it's probably to, like, it's probably something that she probably not saying she never wanted to do, but it's got a point, like, she probably, well, we probably never wanted to do, or she probably, like, did, but it's got, like, say, listen, okay, I want to do this, like, and also too, yeah, speaking of that too, let's hit this from 1 John chapter 19 and verse 2, 1 John chapter 2 verse 19. And a lot of times don't whatever is fraction you in, because whether it's a camp, church, different congregation, like in the word, or whether it's whether it's a Christian church, Kingdom Hall, whatever. Don't let them use this scripture on you about this, man, because this is specifically referring to John 6 right here, man. When the disciples, those people that walked away from Yahushua, stopped following Yahushua. That's who it's talking about. It's not talking about you leaving somebody's church, camp, congregation, whatever. That's not what this is talking about. They went out from us, but they were not of us. If they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out, and that they might be manifest, and that they were not all of us. Yeah, so this is specifically talking about John 6, man. That's what it's talking about, not talking about you leaving that. No, because I heard people try to use that before, man. And also too, even before the word, man. I remember one time Pastor Reed, that was his name. I shouldn't say his name. That's not kind of. He was cool. He was cool though, but well, then I ain't really know him too much, man. But it was like, he had some good sermons, whatever, a lot of times too. But I remember this one time at church, man, because he used to talk about, like, during the sermon. This is like before I came to Word, like, years ago. He talked about, like, during the sermon, during his preaching, he pretty much said, how people that would leave the church, like, that didn't like it, to eventually leave. He didn't bring out this scripture per se, but the fact that I was like, it always stuck out to me, like the fact that he brought them up. It's like, listen, man, even like the shout out to Brother Simeon Firstborn, man, because even like the people that what you call him, following Yahao Shah. Man, Yahao Shah didn't talk about those people. He didn't like just constantly. No, he said, listen, one, I know they didn't believe from jump, like because like John 2 says, listen, he already knew like how people move. He said, listen, no, he knew the hearts of men, but he said, listen, I already know why am I talking about them? They left, they're not here. Just like even at jobs, people do that, like or even sometimes even in the sports world, players that get traded, or players in the sports world that players get traded, things of that nature, or players move, free agency, things of that nature, and when like certain players, they just don't like when constantly. I get it, depending on the player, like there are people gonna ask about, but when certain people is talking about, I was like, listen, man, that player's not here. Let's talk about what people that are here. We're not talking about that. Like, yeah, we get it. All right, cool. He's not here. I remember seeing a clip of that, and because it was with Andre Rison and Deion Sanders, but they were sitting down talking about their fight, like, and I think they squashed it like right after that fight happened back almost 31 years ago, when primetime Deion went to 49ers, man. But it was a clip of Andre Rison being interviewed by. He said, listen, man, I want to talk about who's still here. Like, let's not talk about that, things in this. Let's talk about who's still here, man. Yeah, man, that's is what it is, and also too, man, it just goes into brotherly love, man, because like he said, listen, man, like that was just our place of love, man. Why they fought, man. He said, man, I was upset that you left and didn't even tell nobody, or I think he might have told them, but he's just like, man, we just like, man, we were really tight, man, like so, like that's why it was really a place of hurt a lot of times too, man. So that was kind of beautiful to see him patch that up, and it is what it is with that. But anyway, man. But yeah, man, just get out, man. That's just is what it is, man. Get out, man. If it's because it's just that's like soul, your soul at the end of the day, man. But But hey, but then again, at the same time, like where's that Wisdom Muhammad? The Most High House has everybody in their lot for a reason, man. He has everybody in their lot where they're supposed to be, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully it's edifying, man. My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to go too much on this, man. But but yeah, man. So peace.